Hi, good morning, everyone. We're just starting, so we're waiting for everyone to come in for a few minutes. Um, but hi, everyone. Please introduce yourself in the chat. Get to know one another first before we start our session, and just relax first before we start. Okay. See everybody starting to come in right now. Have over 30 people. And just introduce yourself in the chat box. I see we have Ariza from USM. Good morning. We have Fei Huang, Suzianti. Oh, remember that to make your chat to be to everyone, not just hosts and panelists, so that everyone can know you guys as well. Okay. I'll just give 2 more minutes for everybody to come in to the session. Okay. Good morning. Okay, we have Diana. Hi, Diana. I think you've been joining us since the first one. We have Rose Maliza from USM, Yusuf from MMU, Jamalia from IGN. Oh, I'm so excited, especially knowing that there's people joining since the last since the first workshop as well. So good to know that you guys have been keeping up with us. Right. More. Hey. Oh, Waalaikumsalam. Marmi Roshaidah from Unique Elmi Chat. Hi. Okay. All right. I think I'm just gonna start while there's people still coming in, but I'm just gonna start an intro for a bit. Okay. So hi and welcome to the third Open Learning Basic Workshop. My name is Atika and I am one of the trainers for today's session. So joining me on screen today will be my colleague Elena and Shaliza. So there will be three people conducting the sessions today. So this is Elena and we have Shaliza as well on screen today. So for the sessions today, we will be dividing between each other to bring you the best session. The best session? The the best session. I'm gonna say it's the best session. Okay, so maybe Elena wants to you want to introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. If you have not seen me before, so I'm Elena. I was also together with Atika in the previous workshop. So today we are very excited, like what Atika said, we have lots of things to share with you all. So yeah, I think she's probably right, when it comes to the best workshop per se. Yeah, so we really hope that you all can stay until the end. And also to listen to us and share your experience as well. So I'll pass the time to Shaliza for her to make an introduction.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Shaliza. I'm also a learning designer. And I think this is the first time I'm appearing in this Open Learning Basics. Yes, we hope you also will enjoy this workshop. And yes, it's like, okay, I'm going to say that we'll try our best to make this the best.
All right. Thank you guys. So that's Elena and Shaliza. Both of them will be on screen. They have their sessions. They will also conduct the sessions today. But we also have our team backstage. Marshita and Chandru, and also Nikki, to help us navigate the workshop. So feel free to ask us any questions during the workshop. We will try to answer the questions as soon as you ask ask them, because we have a few people helping us with the workshop today. So if it's not me, if it's not Elena or Shaliza, it will be either Mashita, Chandru, or even Nikki. So all right. Um, so again, thank you for joining us today on another lovely Wednesday morning. So I appreciate everyone for taking their time off for on your busy schedule now to join this workshop. Um, but before we start, I would like to mention that this session will be recorded for future use and will be made available in the course for you to watch anytime as a refresher. Okay. All right. Also, as you might know, this workshop is part of a workshop series, which are also coming up in the coming months. For this workshop, you will be introduced to some engaging activities that which we have created and used, and you also get to build your own engaging activity for your course using our activity template. Right? And this workshop is also part of the Open Learning Certified Ambassador Program. Okay, let me maybe share you guys a bit about that screen. Okay, so as you might know, there are 5 workshops in this program. There are 3 badges for you to collect, and by the end of this workshop, which is the third workshop, you will actually be eligible to get the course designer badge if you have joined the first three workshop here, and submitted the activities that we have for you. Okay, so only by joining and actively participating in all 5 workshops, you will all 5 of these workshops, yeah, which 2 more are coming up in the coming months, you'll be certified with the ambassador certificate. Okay, so this program, the certified open learning ambassador program, was created because we have seen that a lot of educators on open learning have joined our workshops, and you don't just learn the tips and tricks for yourself, but also you guys are able to teach others in your own community and institution. So we value your passion and determination to teach others on how to create the courses. So we wanted to acknowledge this. This is why we open up this workshop and let you get certified for free, because we wanted to create a larger community for online creators, which is not just for open learning, but other platforms as well. We would like to acknowledge that the learning designers of the online community, which are often overlooked. Hence, we have this program right now. So by being an open learning ambassador, it lets you to be part of a network community with other course designers such as yourself. By being the ambassador, our first point of reference for future trainings, webinars, and workshops will be ambassadors. So we would always love to have you come and collaborate with us. And if you want to find out more about this program, you can read it on this page. My colleagues will be sharing the link on this page in the comment chat box, in the chat box. All right. Okay, so that's it about the ambassador program. If you're interested, you can just read more about it and join all of our workshops. Okay. Okay. So to get started with our workshop for today, which is on designing engaging online learning activities, we hope you have joined this workshop. So this workshop is a blended workshop, as you know. Therefore, you need to join and participate in the activities in order to complete this workshop. You don't need to have an OpenLearning account. Uh, OpenLearning plan, but you need to have an account, which is free to register. So please register for an OpenLearning account in order for you to join this course. Okay, I would. Some of you might already join this course already, but I will also share this link of this course on the chat box for you to join in. All right. Okay. So, um, I am actually going to give you about just a minute to join the course if you haven't joined yet, while I'll get things started. So if you guys have any problems, just let us know in the chat box. Thank you, everyone. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So now I am going to start with the workshop. So again, welcome everyone to Open Learning Basics, Designing Engaging Online Learning Activities workshop. So for this workshop, you will be introduced to the activities that we have created, and also you will get to design your own activities for your course. All right. So following the theme of this workshop, which is engaging activity, let's start off with an engaging activity. Okay. Let's start with the activity below. This is an ice-breaking activity, which is called My Best Learning Experience. So before we start our workshop and get into the topics, let's get to know each other first. I know some of you might know each other, but not everyone, right? So let's get to know each other. So what I need you to do is first, think of the best learning experience that you had before. It can be both formal and informal learning. Illustrate your experience through drawing. You can draw this on a piece of paper or using this online sketchpad. You just click on this and it will lead you to the online sketchpad for you to draw, to use and draw. Okay. So please don't worry about how your drawing looks like, because everybody is creative in their own way. So just draw however you like. Okay, don't don't stress on it. All right. So once you have finished your drawing, take a picture of your drawing and post it together when you introduce yourself to everyone in the introducing Picasso section here. All right. And share with us as well why this learning experience was the best. So three things. First, you need to draw your best learning experience. It can be during your study in school, in university. It can be even just 5 minutes ago you learned something new. It can be any time that you have a best learning experience that learning experience that you have experienced before that you can share with us. So think of those that learning experience and draw it. Draw it on a piece of paper, draw it on this online sketchpad, and share it with us. So here in the introducing Picasso, just introduce yourself and attach your drawing by just putting in here insert image, and share the reason why this is the best learning experience for you. All right. So I'll give you about 5 minutes for you to become a Picasso. Okay. While you do your drawing, I will also be doing my own drawing as well. All right. Maybe I want let okay, just 5 minutes, okay? Oh. Mm. No, I don't know. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody has uh, gotten your own version of your drawing. There'll be there's 2 more minutes for you to do this. I'm gonna draw. Ooh, it's too big. Okay. Download. JPEG. And then just put in here. Tika, here's drawing. Okay. I definitely am not the best drawer. That's why I'm not an artist instead. But you get what I mean, right? Okay. Just yes, I get. Something like that. All right. So I'm done with mine. What about yours? Okay, let's see. Wow. Everybody is so fast. I can't with you guys. Okay, let's see here. We have Chiniwa to make it learning more exciting. Everything, the reason why is the best. Oh, I need to know why this reason is the best for you, your best learning experience. Okay, we have Faiz here depicting your best learning experience. I'm guessing you're a graphic designer because this is so good. Reason why learning experience that is more flexible to find solution through the internet. I agree with you. There are a lot of solutions through the internet that you can use, and we're using that to our full advantage. Oh, Baotoon. You saw here's drawing depicting my best learning experience called Baotoon. The reason why is because I can do my own videos and presentation. I have actually tried to use Powtoon, and I agree with you that I like you can use videos and create presentation and put in voiceovers on it. My only the only thing that I don't like is that the watermark, but that's because I'm also a student that cannot cannot pay for it. But yeah, there's a lot of free tools to use that you can use on the internet. So it's best to like Faiz also mentioned. There's a lot of solutions that you can use, and we should take advantage of it. Okay, my best learning experience is learning by watching videos. Yes, yes. I'm guessing a lot of people actually learn a lot of recipes through videos as well, like how I do it. So I agree with you, learning by watching videos. The reason, okay, like Chen here, the reason why this is the best learning experience is because videos are engaging and give a lasting impression, and I will go and research more on the topics. I like your reasoning. So this I I think before this, a lot of people are actually think like this, but we don't put that to words. So thank you, Chen, for putting this into words. Okay, I am going to read everyone submissions, but thank you everyone for submitting your work here. So yeah, thank you for introducing yourself and sharing with us all your learning experience. Okay, all right, let's go to the next page. So the next page is on where we're headed. Um, I'm just gonna brief through where what exactly this workshop will be about. So in our previous workshop, we have showed you how to develop your course structure and your your course plan, and then to start building your course based on the course plan that you have prepared. For this workshop, we will show you how to transform and improve your course by including interactive learning activities to encourage engagement for learners. So by the end of this workshop, we hope that you will be able to identify what makes an effective and engaging learning activity, design learning activities that meet course learning outcomes, and choose the best open learning tools and widgets for the above. So at the end of this workshop, where you would have created or improved on the learning activity that you have created before for your new and current online course, to provide a more engaging, active, and meaningful learning experience for your learners. So I hope you're excited to start our session, because we are going to start with the first session. All right. So to go to the first session, you can either click the next button or go to the tab of learning session and go to the first session, the fundamentals, that learning feeling. All right. Okay. Okay. So that learning feeling. So you have shared about your best learning experience. So let's go into the experience of learning from the learner's perspective. So your best learning experience are what makes you a learner as well. So let's look more into that as a learner's perspective. Before you try and create your own activities, let's look at the learner's perspective when learning and doing activities by embracing the learner's role from the role play activity below. Okay, so for this activity, you are going to be a student, a graphic design student. In your second semester of being a graphic design student at KDU UC College, you are interested in further developing your skills in graphic design. You love creating designs and have created a few in the online graphic design software called Canva. However, you feel that your skills are missing the depth and quality that professional graphic designers bring. Fortunately, through the Open Learning platform, we have found two graphic design course and have to choose one to enroll into. Both courses have been running for a few months and both have many students enrolled. So what I want you to do here is I want you to review the following information and decide which one you would enroll into. So the first option is called Graphic Design Essentials. You can read the course summary under here, and you can also view the example page from the course. So just click over here. Okay, sorry for my slow internet. Let me just open this straight away. Okay, so this is the first course. So the first course is the Graphic Design Essentials kit. So when you click the link, it will lead you to the example page. Okay, so I want you to go into the example page and see the contents of it. All right, and then the option 2, Graphic Design Basic, you have the course summary over here and the example page under here. All right, and just go into the example page and look at the content activities that they have for that course. All right. Once you have done that, you can just click this. You have reviewed both graphic design summaries and both graphic design course example pages. Okay, just tick it once you have reviewed both and go to the activity. Okay, so from these two course options here, I want you to decide, as a learner, decide which would you be more likely to choose and why. What factors are influencing your choice as a learner to choose which of the courses here to enroll into. All right. So I want you to share your thoughts in the space here. All right. Okay. So I'm giving you also 5 minutes for you to review these two courses and then share your thoughts on why you review first, choose one which you will enroll, and share your thoughts on why you choose that course. Right? Okay. All right. So we have Hasanah. For to go to this page under learning session, you go to that session 1, the fundamentals, that learning feeling. Okay. So this page is on that learning feeling. The activity that you have to do is just choose based on the course option. Please go into the example page to review the contents of the course and decide which course do you want to enroll and why you choose that course. Okay, so you can share this under here. Okay. See. Ah, okay. We have a few people already. Okay, let's see. I am going to see here. Okay, based on let's see what Hanisa say. Based on my personal view, I would choose graphic design essentials. Due to vibrant color used in the course, provide a tutorial for us to study, a quiz and questions to enhance our understanding, simple and easy instruction. Okay, all right. And then we have Fatima. Course 2 seems to require prior knowledge, so it's a bit intimidating if I'm a beginner. But since I have some experience, then course 2 seems to be able to give me more depth and link to other resources. So as a second year design student, I choose course 2. Okay. Course 1 because it gives me a clearer overview. Straightforward, Cindy. I like it. Okay, Kim, I will choose course 2 because the learning activities are designed in an engaging way that promotes in-depth active learning. There is more exploration and engagement with other learners to leverage on each other's experience and skills. Ah, I like your explanation, Kim. Lisa, I will choose course 2 because it's more engaging. Okay. And Michelle says, my choice is course 2. It seems more personal and engaging as the course is written in a conversational manner. Yes, that is needed to know. Okay. I prefer course option 2 as it is more hands-on and it brings me through the process step by step. The instructions of what to do are also clearly written. Okay, after reviewing both courses, I'm choosing option 1. I'm more attracted to the videos. I remember your videos explanation just now. After that, there's a short quiz on what you have watched, which is in a way engaging. It says I choose course 2 because it has structure and it's a step by step. Course 1 is too compact on one page. Kamarudin says, I would prefer to choose course 1 because as a technical learner, I need something which is more easy and straightforward to learn. Ah, understand that. And Jamalia says, I will go for course 1, simple and straightforward. All right, let's see. Angie says, I will go for course 2 as I believe by applying practical skills are more important in this learning process than answering written quiz. I get you. What you mean, Angie. Okay, let's see. Let's see, Yusuf was the last one. I would choose course option 1. Even at the very first glance, reading the course summary, option 1 sounds more attractive. Then looking at the sample page, option 1 is very organized and with interesting activities compared to option 2. Ah, looks like we have quite uh like both sides. Some people like option 1, some people like option 2. So this is great to know because this is real based on your own perspective, right? As a learner, for people, a lot of people are not graphic design students, so that is like a first glance for you to know the content and everything, and for all of your thoughts are very valid. Okay, so thank you for sharing. Let's now go to the next page. So the next page, I'll be just clicking over here instead of the next page. Will be on I Spy with My Little Eye. All right, now. Okay, so as you've seen, there's a divide between option 1 and option 2, right? So everyone has a creative way of designing activities. Some of us could design fun activities and keep the learner's engagement going from one activity to another, from an idea bank to a bank, from an idea to a bank of ideas to a bank of ideas. So a lot of people we know have different ways of learning. And we, for educators, most of us are educators. We know that most of us are educators, and we're teaching like a lot of students, not just 5 students. We have a lot of students, which means that we have to cater to a lot of learning styles. So this means that you have to diversify your activities. What works for you might not work for your students, right? So remember that when you're creating your activities. So now let's do this activity. Another activity. This course is an engagement activity, so you have actually quite a lot of uh, activities to do. A very hands-on course. All right. So what I want you to do for this is I want you to share with us your favorite activity idea. Uh, Again, let's experience this as an online learner. Below, you can find some examples of good activities that we found on OpenLearning. Each one of you will have some time to view these activities. And if you are keen to view more, you can just enroll to our marketplace, where you can just click here. It will lead you to our marketplace. All right. So for this activity, I want you to take 5 minutes to choose one topic from here. Any of this, just one topic, and click the link here to join the course. So this is an actual course on OpenLearning. You have to enroll into them to view the page and go into the course. Okay. So from here, you just choose one that you find interesting and go into the course. And then I want you to participate in the activity and respond to the questions below. So I want to know what the activity title that you have chosen. What was the first thing that caught your attention? And what was your first impression? What do you like most about the activity that you have participated? And why did those activities grab your attention? And finally, which aspects of that activity would you most likely apply in your lessons, course, or activities? Okay. So when you answer this question, just answer this in the space over here. All right. So I'm going to repeat the activity, repeat the instruction. Uh, Take 5 minutes to choose and participate in any of this activity in this course. Either the Starving Girl and the Vulture, Finding My Passion, What is Coffee Called Around the World, Faceland Challenge, what's your favorite, and the future of entertainment. So choose any one of this and participate in the activity and answer the questions below. Just share your thoughts on the activity under here in this space. All right. Okay. So 5 minutes to do this activity. Hmm. Oh, so sorry. I think you guys cannot join the first one. Oh, let me just check. Okay. Think other courses you can, but not the first one. Just gonna take it out later. Let me just take it out now before anybody else go into the course. That was a great course actually. Sad that you cannot. It's now closed. That's actually an open course before this. I think they might be close to public now. Okay. Okay. How's everybody doing? Okay, let's see. We have Patricia first here. What's the activity title? What is coffee called around the world? Okay. What was the first thing caught your attention? And your first impression. Coffee should be interesting as coffee is drunk globally and so must be globally and so must have different names. What do you like most about the activities? The video. Uh, the FAQs grab your attention. Resonates with some of the course learning outcomes, health benefits, innovative ideas for menu. Which aspect of the activities you apply is short and engaging videos. Okay. All right. We have Elena. Elena, what's your favorite and the future of entertainment? So that's the activity. First thing that caught your attention is the Marvelous Me activity. First impression is that the activity is fun and engaging. What do you like most is that the activity is relatable to the content of the course, and those activities, it helps you to be more engaged and focus on the content of the course, as you will need to know how will your superpowers be able to help you to change and improvise. And the connectedness of the activity with the content as it creates a seamless learning experience throughout the course. I like this activity as well, Alina. I remember let me see. Ah, actually, isn't it this one? I think you went to the whole page.
Which is your superpower, Atika?
Yeah, I think when I was doing this activity, I thought my superpower is I educate, but I think I resonate more on I enjoy exploring the world. So
Ah,
yes, that was a superpower for some.
mm,
Yeah, that was nice. Mm, don't remember which one was that. Okay. Oh wow, we have a few more people here. Ready? When I open one person and then everybody else shared already. Okay, let's see. Hasada, you choose the build your own viral lens. AR with Snapchat lens videos. What's the first thing that caught your attention was the lens and AR in trend. So you like the activity because you can create your own AR lens template and activities in module 2 and 3.5, developing your module 2 and module 3. Okay, so number 5, developing your own product or process. Yes. For those who have a Snapchat, which means also you guys might be very modern because I don't have a Snapchat. But if you do and you want to learn to create your own Snapchat filter, you can actually join this course. They actually teach you how to create your own filter Snapchat Lens Studio. It is a very fun course. You should join this course for those who are interested. Okay, let's see, Chin. So you choose the coffee course. Your first impression is the banner. It looks very nice and relevant to the course name. You like most the activity is on sharing image with friends and images of coffee communicate with one lifestyle. The activities that you would apply will be sharing an image. Okay. Okay. Disa is finding my passion. Choose that because you feel it's more about you. Yes, I would definitely choose that topic because it resonates to me. Uh, you like most about the activity is create a video resume. Why did the activities grab your attention? Want to know more about the application that will be taught to create a video resume, and the reason why you like the aspect that it will bring to your course is all the hands-on parts of the course. So you like more hands-on activities. Okay, I can see that. Okay, activity title is what's your favorite? AR VR course, creating a lens that's best activity, designing AR VR products. So what you will apply in your own course, application of theoretical skills in practical project planning using different project platforms. Yes, yes, that's the idea. You get it. Lini, future, your favorite and the future. Okay. It's curious to know the future of entertainment. And it's a catchy phrase. The world in 360. Especially during pandemic, we don't get to go around the world, but we can bring the view around the world to us. Ah, huh. That's an interesting way to look at this. One activity with guided video on how to do VR visual programming using AR VR tools. Yes. Angie, let's see. Finding your passion. Your first impression is you like the idea of asking you to visualize if you were chocolate, and what chocolate would you be? Okay. What do you like most about the activity? There's a lot of activities that relate to the course, and the activity that grab your attention is allow you to do a lot of reflections. Okay. You would apply the drawing roadmaps. Sounds interesting. Okay, that's good. Coffee called. Okay, let me see. One more. Oh, let's see. Shaliza's. Okay, you choose the coffee course. I like when I am asked to share local name of black coffee that we have here, because we have one, and I'm really proud and honored to share something from my own country with everyone. I like it because I get to learn the different names of people used for black coffee from all around the world. Because it's a collaborative and invite us to share and connect with each other, also learn from each other. Okay. Which aspect is getting the learners to share something from their own experience, or something that will make them feel belong, something that will make them collaborate and share with each other, because I feel like that everyone likes to share. I agree with you, Shaliza. People, most, maybe not all, but a lot of people like to share their own experience. So having you to share your own experience does engage somebody to share their answers more.
Yeah, that's true, right?
I think when you have activities that the learners can share their own experience, it makes them feel like they belong. But that's
Yep.
me.
Yep. And connect what they're learning with their own experience as well.
Yes, exactly. All right. Okay. So thank you for your sharing. I hope that by joining the course, you get to see how other courses do it, and you might also use it to apply to your own course. I'm sad that I cannot. The first course cannot be joined. You guys cannot join it, but I'll try to find it and share with you guys on it, because that is a good course and a good activity, and I would love for you to see it. Okay, so we at OpenLearning believe that everyone has their own way of designing activities. Even though the activities are different, all of us have the same aim, which is to encourage active participation from the students, and for them to have a better learning experience. So we do have some articles that may help you with activity design. Like this one is from Mashita, which is why I choose to scaffold. It's her take on how she designed the activity, where she have scaffolding. She did scaffolding folding technique where this is to avoid show and tell in the activities. And then we have Shaliza, which talks about on active learning. She actually talks this based on her experience of her kids, which is also a good read. I find it very interesting. And you can also read this one on Super Mario Maker, a learning design pattern by our learning designer from Australia, Sean. So he made this design pattern based on the idea of Super Mario. So this is also all of these are actually quite a good read for you to look into designing activities. Okay, there are actually more activity ideas that you can take inspiration from. We have a page called the Learning Designers Toolkit. You can head on there and read more on the ideas from our own learning designers. All right. So now that we actually finished the first session. We're going to the next session, which is which is session 2, design your activity. So for this session, I am going to let my colleague Shaliza to take it away.
Yay. Thank you, Atika. Hello. So I'm going to be presenting or walking you through the next session. And I'll be sharing my screen right now. Okay. I hope you can all see my screen.
Yes, but can you make it a little bit bigger? The size?
Let me try that. Is it better now?
One more?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So activity design challenge. So as what you see in the name, you're going to be doing your activity in this page, and that's going to be down there. But before we start, I'm going to share with you like an analogy or an experience I've had, and I feel like it's connected to designing activity. So when I was like a few days ago, I had to take a drive to this place that's called Kuala Kubu Baru, and it was raining and I had my Waze on. So all the way there, I was just following where Waze was telling me to go because I was in a hurry and I was really trying to get there in time. But when I was on the way home, I was more relaxed and was not paying much attention to Waze and was looking around to see what's really around me. Then I realized that I didn't actually recognize some of the landmarks. So I was like, why is this food court really here when I was on the way here? You know how you would usually recognize landmarks at intersection and, oh, that's a food court there, so I have to turn left. And then when you come back, you will also see the food court and you know where to go. But I was wondering, why did that happen? So then I realized that I was actually just paying attention to Waze. I was just listening to Waze, like turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right. So I didn't look around. I did not like try to remember the things that's around me. So I was feeling that I feel like it's really related to designing learning activities in a way that it's like, so my destination was like the learning outcome. And if I am trying to get there quickly and only following direction and choose like the easy way to get there, like I won't learn and experience much. Of course, it doesn't apply in driving, because sometimes you really have to get there quickly. But in learning, if we're trying to get there, not like trying to put a lot of I would say effort to really try everything, and I won't learn and experience much. And for example, if it's on my way, if way suddenly, didn't work, no connection or something, I would have got lost and couldn't find my way back because I didn't look around. I didn't look around to identify the landmarks or anything. And there was a lot of things that I have missed. The landmarks, the scenery. I could have interacted with people to ask for direction. I would have known Kuala Lumpur better if I look around and drive slowly. So back to the activity design. If I'm a student in an online course, and if I didn't interact with the content, not given the chance to experience things myself, didn't do my research, did not learn from my mistakes, and did not interact with other learners, my learning may not just be as meaningful, just like my drive to Kuala Lumpur. So it's as a course designer or as a person creating the activity, it is our job to actually try to help the learners through activity design, help the learners to engage more with the content and the activities there to help them learn and achieve their learning outcomes. Okay. So back to the page again. So to help you, so we all know, like even as learning designers, we know that activity design is like the most important thing in creating an online course. So to help you to start thinking about creating a good or engaging activity is we have like 6 questions here. One of the things that you can ask yourself is, does it connect to students' real world and past knowledge? So this means that, is it constructed, this learning, this design that you are, this activity that you have? Does it invite experience and reflection? Back to, if you can connect to my story about Kuala Lumpur. So the same thing that happens in to students when they are learning in an online course. So it needs to connect back to the experience. Like the coffee course just now, it connects to my experience. Like the finding my passion just now, it also connects to students' experience. Maybe I should show you the finding my passion just now to relate to these points. So in this activity, finding my passion. So this page is to actually help the learners to get them to go, because on the next page, they are going to write their mission statement. So mission statement is one of the learning outcome. So if you can see how the learners, the activity is structured to help the learners to get there, is in this page, firstly, the learners are asked to share something that they like. It could be a hobby, a task, or exercise. So anything. So the learners will be sharing that. And they don't feel like pressured, like, oh, I have to write my mission statement now. No. But it's helping them to first just share something that's so easy. Everyone can share this. And then the next one is bring it along. So from the first activity, they will look at this. Why do you enjoy doing it? How do you prepare for the activity? What tools, instruments would help you in doing the activity? What effect does it have on you? So now they think back of what they shared just now, and they can answer all these questions. And everyone can do that because it's from their own experience, and they are the experts of their own experience. They know this. So it's, if you can see, it's safe. The learners doesn't feel like scared to share. They will enjoy it because it's still sharing their own experience. And then from that activity, once they have shared that, this activity will lead them to actually collect back, like go back to their sharing above here, and then find the keywords. And the keywords that is needed here is actually the skills involved, values or how you felt. So it's actually more like a reflection, and for them to actually realize this, like from those things that they like, they know that these are the skills that they have, and these are the values that they have, and these are the things that they feel. And then from this activity, they are actually going to bring this to the next activity, where they will need to use all these skills, values, and feeling to actually create a mission statement. So if we go back, we go back to the page just now. So it connects students to real world and past knowledge. It invites them to experience and reflect. It is student-centered, it's all about them. If you look here, there's no content. Like it's all about them. It's all them sharing and learning from their own experience. And then they are empowered and at the center of their experience. And they are also active in learning experience. They are doing it. They are discussing, creating, designing. Maybe it's not related to these two, but the last one that you can ask yourself is the activity getting students collaborating, interacting, or being social with each other? I think most of the activities that you see before are inviting students to do this. And could they be engaged in inquiry or project-based learning as well? Okay, so there's a video here. This is a discussion that I've had with Mashita back, I don't know, quite some time. But it's about how to create activity that will help learners to share their experience and how that will help them to actually start discussing and will start the learners to start participating actively in a course. You can watch this video later or whenever you are free. But I would like to also highlight to you the 8 high quality learning activities criteria. We always look at this and use this when we are creating learning activities. So first, it should be relevant to outcomes. It should be relevant to topics. It should be interesting, motivating, and fun. It should be interactive and collaborative, connect with students' world, reflective, meaningful, and encourage self-expression. So if you go back to the activities that you saw earlier, they all have some of these high quality learning criteria. So when we are designing our learning activities, we usually would go back to the learning activity and evaluate them using this one. Okay, and how we design our learning activities is we use this 3-step process to designing a great activity. One is to start with your learning objective. So we usually would just put our learning objective at the top or somewhere, but we will always refer back, like as we are drafting our activity, we'll look at the learning outcome and make sure that it's still relevant or it's still leading the learners to the learning outcome. Sometimes if you have more than one learning outcomes, your activity can actually be addressing to a few of these outcomes, like 1 to 3 learning outcomes. So what I would do usually is I would just put the learning outcome there and then draft out the activities that I think can help my learners to get to the learning outcome. So it could be a few activities. It doesn't have to be one activity for all of the outcomes or one activity for one outcomes. And then also, when you have that draft, you will brainstorm all possible activities, all activities that you can think is interesting and will, go back to this criteria, go back to this question, and then keep on thinking of the activity that is interesting, motivating, and fun, activity that is interactive and collaborative and connect the students with their own world. It also has to be reflective, meaningful, encourage self-expression. What I would, the tip that I would give you is to make sure that your activity is safe. It's not, will not make the students scared or feel pressured. So that's why a structured, a constructive activity is good, because it helps the learners to slowly climb the ladder to get the learning outcomes. So it's like from easy to hard, but they won't feel that because they are slowly going through. Okay, so then once you have brainstormed all possible activities, you choose the best experience, right? Based on your students, who are your students? What will they like? What kind of activities would be the best experience for them? So you choose that one, and that will be the best learning activity for that particular outcome that you want to achieve. Okay, so we are going to go to try this activity design challenge. So first, if you it's good if you have your own courses. I've seen that you have been working on your own course since the beginning of the workshop 1. But if you don't have your course, you can use these scenarios that we have provided here. We have the COVID-19 awareness. Just click here and then you can see the short summary of the course, and then the learning outcome. We have provided the learning outcome, and you can choose one of these. Scenario 3, 4. World famous Malaysian dish. Okay. And then you can download the activity design template here. The design template will look like this. Let me know if you can't see this or anything. So you will, in this design template, you can see like there's still like a guide for you. So first you will fill in your scenario or the summary of your course, or what's your course is about. And then if your course is fully online or blended, and then fill in the learning outcomes. So it doesn't have to be all of the learning outcomes of your course. You could list out all of the learning outcomes, but your activity could only address 1 or 2 of the learning outcomes. And you can like highlight the learning outcomes to let us know, or to let to make sure that it's clear that you are addressing these 2 outcomes in this learning activity. So you can brainstorm 3 activity ideas, all for the same learning outcomes. And then lastly, you choose from these 3, you choose one. And you can, while you are doing this, you can go back to this page to view this criteria, and also these questions can also help you in designing your learning activities. And yep, okay. So once you are done with that, you can share your file here, upload your file here. But before that, if you want more ideas, you can take a look at this articles here. So this is the 10 engaging activity ideas to enhance interaction in your online course. So there are ideas here where you can read and get more ideas on what kind of activities that you can do. Online instructional activities index also, right? And examples of active learning activities. So you can go through this, and make sure you are referring to this, and also you can watch the video if you have time. So can we take about 5 minutes first to start with this activity? Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes and then we'll see how it goes. And while you are doing that, I will also be trying to do this using one of the, we have one of the course that I got from the last workshop. I think it's the learning outcome here is it's the importance of non-verbal communication for cultural differences. And the learning outcome that I'm going to focus here is this one.
Shaniza, while you're working on that, would it be okay if I share for those of you who are educators or trainers, actually this is quite similar to your teaching plan or your training plan. So what we are doing here is just to help everyone to focus more on giving more thoughts in terms of how you want the activity to be. So if you already have those teaching plan or a training plan, then actually you can use the information from there as well. But now we just want you to elaborate more in terms of the activity. So yeah, take the 5 minutes that Shaliza has given so that we all can actually.
Yeah, please use your, if you already have been using one course since the beginning of the workshop, please use that one. So you could later create, because later we're going to create a page for this. So yes, please use your content if you have. If you don't have, you can use our scenario.
So Shaliza, will you be walking us through, like, how you?
Yes. So what I usually do is I will put my learning outcomes here, and then I will brainstorm like 3 activity ideas for this learning outcome, which is examine issues in relation to cultural diversity and human communication in societies today. So the first activity idea that I have is to get to post a video.
Video is always very interesting.
Yes, that will talk or that will show the scenario of cultural diversity or differences, like or it could be a scenario, or that could lead to a certain issue, and then it can be followed with a discussion. Activity. It could be about the issue that could arise. Okay, second activity. What do you think, Alina?
Perhaps they can share, their own cultural experience, and the experience that they have, when it comes to communication breakdown, due to cultural differences.
Okay. Share their own culture and communication breakdown that can happen, and then discuss.
So just want to highlight to everyone, why we focus so much on the discussion is that we want to make sure, there's a connection between whatever that they're doing. Like, for example, Shaliza's idea of the first activity, which is to watch the video. So we want to always make sure that, once the learners watch the video, there have to be something to do with watching that, otherwise you'll be just like, there's no point of watching it because we were not going to be discussing about it, or there's no connection to the second part. So that's why we always have to be very mindful, in creating that kind of connection, which Shaliza already mentioned in the previous page, how we can create that kind of flow between the activities that you have put. So sometimes some of you may have more than one activity, but you always have to ensure that the activity speaks to one another, or else, it's just going to be like there, but there's no connection. So it doesn't create that kind of seamless learning experience for your learners. So yeah,
that's true.
Keep that in mind.
And then also when you use a video, you have to be very careful because video can easily lead learners to passive learning if it's too long. So it should be like an activity to engage them back, and we usually would recommend like 3 to 5 minutes of video. And then
not too long.
yes, not so long. And then the activity that comes after should be like something that they could reflect from the video, or something that could help them to expand their ideas using what they have learned from the video. Or it could also be something like the video and then a little bit more content, and then for them to combine what they have learned in the video and the content, and then, you know, get them to, I don't know, get them to achieve something else, right? Or create something. Yep. So it's always like helping them to actively thinking and actively doing something, and not just we try not to just have them to, you know, just answer questions and go back to the video and, you know, get some answer from the video. We want the video to just be like a reference or a resource for them. And then looking at these two activities, I feel like I have like the third one here, which is to, what if we combine it? What if we have a video that shows communication breakdown?
Yeah.
And then we have some content maybe about the different types of non-verbal communication. And then they could discuss that, like combine those things and discuss. Or maybe come up with what?
Maybe their own observation, like, you know, what contributed to the communication breakdown and what didn't. Yeah. So it's like their own observation and experience. Yeah.
Yes, that is a good idea. So they will come up with their own observation of the reason of the breakdown is, the reason.
What works and what doesn't.
And maybe the solution.
Yeah,
or suggest a solution.
Yeah. I think that would wrap it up nicely.
Yep. Okay, now I'm going to choose.
Which
and
is your vote?
I'm going definitely to vote with number 3. So I'm going to use activity 3. Okay, because I feel like this one will be more engaging, and it combines both activity 1 and 2, helps them to collaborate and achieve and hopefully achieve a solution. Yep. So how is everyone doing? Let me go back to the course and check. Okay. I think we still have like more Nurul Hasanah has submitted. Ooh, DNA-based diagnostic. Wow. Okay. Let me just read this one first. This 3-step process. So wait, the scenario is, the course is a DNA-based diagnostic. Okay. And then the learning outcome is to describe the technologies used, DNA-based diagnostic, to appraise current issues related to disease diagnostic based on scientific evidence. Appraise current issues. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so the first one is to have videos on the technologies, 2 to 3 videos. So that will that is for this learning outcome, I think. And then the second activity idea is to write up content. The third one is to use case studies on recent technologies available. What are advantages and limitations of technologies? Student can share their thought based on the knowledge. And then she will have a quiz. So she's going to choose a case study, which I think is the best idea for this kind of activities. Like case studies, from case studies, student can learn a lot. They can learn from real things that happen, and then it's easier for them to actually later apply this in their own work or in their real life. Thank you, Nurul Hasanah. Let me try to refresh and see if we have more submission. We have Lim Siu Loon. This is a new one. Oh, yes, this is a new one. We have, nope. Okay. So we have, I'm going to see Christina Francis here. Okay, so this one is writing an academic essay. Identify the 5 basic paragraphs of an academic essay. Write the first draft of your essay about 350 words. So warm up and preparation. Give students a sample of academic essay strips to jigsaw and rearrange in order. Then ask the students on their prior understanding on the importance of rearranging the strips in order to identify the paragraphs and flow of writing an essay. Wow, interesting warm-up idea. Give them activities based on developing essay outline. Developing outline of essay by writing each paragraph in sequence. Wow, okay. Provide the activity by asking students to combine all the outline into a whole essay. Peer review method will be imposed in this activity to give comments and input. Interesting. I have the feeling that all this can actually be used. Like these are 3 activities that relates to each other. Like first is the warm up, and then this activity to prepare them for the next one. And then this is like the final activity, and the peer review is the last one. Is how to they will get feedback and evaluation from each other, which is very good, very nice. This is where the creative, so the reason why she chose activity 2 is the essay outline just now. This is where the creativity comes in. Students not only will be tested on creativity, but also the ability to think out of the box, to branch out as many ideas as possible in making good, complete essay by identifying the right paragraphs in writing an academic essay, about 350 words. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. I want to learn this course. So students will have to come up with different like a lot of different, and then this will actually help them to be diverse in their thinking and get like more different ways of writing the essay, which I think is really cool. Thank you, Christina. Okay, and then I think we've gone through this or not. 12 lead ECG for cardiac patients. Well, it's all medical today. 12 lead ECG for cardiac patients. Okay, learning outcome is to record 12 lead ECG on a cardiac patient. So the activity idea is educational video about 12 lead ECG recording and list out the steps. Name the anatomical position of the 12-lead ECG after watching the video. So there'll be a video explaining, and then after watching the video, the learners should explain the anatomical position. I think it's learning from the video, if I am not mistaken. Record a video of performing the 12-lead ECG recording on a friend or actual patient. So they have to record a video of them doing this and then post it on the course, I think. So the activity is activity 3. I think activity 3 is the ultimatum to achieve my objective, as in order for the student to be able to perform the procedure, they must engage and actively participate in previous activities. Yes, I think these 3 activities are connected to each other. First, they have to learn this, and then they have to name the position. Then only they can perform this. That's a good activity, Nurhanisa. Thank you. And this one, and then we have COVID-19 awareness. This one is from one of the scenario. Discuss symptoms of COVID-19, demonstrate social distancing and self-isolation. Apply recommended personal hygiene measures to prevent COVID-19. Okay, so draw an image of the COVID-19 bug. Yes, everyone knows how to draw that. Like, everyone would be so excited to draw that. Chat with your teacher and family. What have you learned? What have you heard about COVID-19? Okay, that's an interesting activity because it gets the learners to, I mean, I would be very excited to share the image of COVID-19 because I think I know COVID-19 bug so well now because I see it a lot. And then I can share my experience of what I've heard about COVID-19. I think a lot of people are very informed about this now. And then draw your own bug hero mask. So it's a mask. Chat with your teacher and family. What does it mean to you to be a bug buster hero? Wow, you have actually created a name for it. Okay. Okay, and then post a video on ways to keep one and family safe. Chat with your teacher and family. What will you do as a bug buster hero to keep your family and community safe? Chat with your teacher and family, talk about the positive outcome of the vaccine and how it can help protect your family and community. I think this activity 3 is addressing this LO3. Wait, let me check again. Yes, it's more on that. I feel like all 3 activities are interesting. So when it says chat with teacher and family, I'm thinking that this course could be like a blended course. So the learners are doing this activity on their own. Activity 1 and 2 could be common information they have know about. However, activity 3, discussion on how to keeping self and community safe could make one to remember and aware of the importance of preventive actions. That is so true. Okay, so it's the chosen activity is activity 3, which will help to achieve all the learning outcome number 3. But I think the learners will also, it's like an ultimate outcome for the course. Interesting. Okay. Let's refresh again. Let's see if we can get more. Yay. Okay. So which one? This one is psychology aspect of human development. Wow. Okay. Discuss how humans development in different dimensions: physical, perceptual, social, emotional, cognitive, and moral. Explain factors influencing human development. Activity 1, short simulation video. Group activity, summarize the information that displayed. Okay. Activity 2, tutorial session on a theories. Split group activity to discuss the factors that influence human development. Open discussion session followed. Kahoot on theories, Mentimeter to sum up or close up the session. 3 is pre-assigned group presentation on different psychologies, theories on human development and psychology. World Cafe methods for each group students to share their presentation. Ooh, cool. Okay, and the chosen is activity 2. The reason is more straightforward, better time management, session conclusion, and feedback applied. So activity 2 has everything, including the, it's like from the beginning to the closing. Yes, thank you. That's quite an interesting topic and activities. Okay, so Eugene shared for the coronavirus again. Wait, is this the oh, it's for the online safety. Okay, so identify signs of online scams, malware, take steps to reduce the risk of online threats, create a strong password. So activity is show a video containing several online social media apps that are commonly used among youth and the risk of online presence. Ask the parents to share what apps are their child is currently active in. Number 2 is to address learning objective 2, present a case study of past online scams and news articles to showcase the impact of scams and identify the common modus operandi of scams. Interesting. Showcase another case study and presents parents to identify whether it is a scam using the information above. Present case study, showcase the impact of scams. Wow, okay. This is very good. Number 3 is present a video on the latest viral trends and its potential risks on social media platforms that are widely used by youth. Parents to identify the potential risks of the actions and share their thoughts with the community. So all these 3 activities are giving them something from a real cases, and then get them to learn from that and identify all the risks from that, which is, I think, is very good. There's a better correlation between, so the choice is activity 1, video, and parents share the apps. Yeah. So the reason is there's a better correlation between the content and the topic and objectives that is addressing. That is interesting. Thank you. Okay. Can we take like one last one? This is also COVID-19 pandemic. Learner will learn about types of online threat. The activity include video and use case. Required to do a quiz, matching online threat. Learner will learn about the differentiation of scam and malware. Activity includes table comparison and sharing user thought. Learner will learn how to minimize the risk for the children's safety online. Will include methods of best practice, include video and pictures to avoid from online threat. Okay, and then a quiz again, be a good online citizen. And then the choice activity 3, the reason is learner will be educated on online ethics for their children. The quiz will create awareness to the parents for them to teach their children how to spend the right time online, aware of the online threat. Yes, I think that is good activity. Thank you, Abdul Rahim. Okay, so you can go through all the sharing us also, and then you could like them and give them a comment or feedback or ask questions to each other as well. Okay, so creating online learning activities requires a lot of creative thinking and putting yourself in the shoes of the learner. This isn't always easy when you know your subject so well, but creating activities gets easier with practice. So you always have to have your learners in your mind when you're creating your online learning activities. Like what we always do is like we would put ourselves in the shoes of the learner and try to do the activities, try to imagine that we don't know anything about the course and try to do the activity, but that's not always easy. Sometimes what we do is we get someone who doesn't know anything about the course to do the activity. Then only you will get like a real good feedback and you could improve your activity so that anyone with zero basic or doesn't know anything can actually do the activity, because it's always different how the learners from the learner's perspectives and from your perspective. Sometimes the way we write the instruction is not quite clear, So when you get feedback from people who doesn't know anything about the course or know anything about the subject topic, it's easier for you to get to see what they are seeing. Okay, activity design can be one of the most challenging elements of learning design. This is what I keep saying. If you have any additional tips or processes you follow for activity design, please share them below. So you can also share them, like everyone here. So Fatima Abdul Razak shared one here. So you can share your tips here as well. So we can learn from each other. Okay, so so we have so because creating activity is one challenge, and then putting them on the platform and making the page looks interesting, it's also something that you have to spend time on. But at OpenLearning on our platform, we have design templates. So if you want a faster route to creating an interactive activity, you can just use the selection of our templates. Okay, I can show you the templates, but these templates can only be accessed if you are subscribed or an admin to the course. So to access the design template is for you to go to course setup and go to the content. Slowly. Does not load. Yeah, okay. So you can just click here. So when you are creating a page, instead of giving a name and creating a page, you can just click here, and then you can browse through all the templates that we have. We have connecting the abstract and the concrete, or you can view the template here, right? Or you can just click on use template to use it. So there's a selection of templates for you to use. There's templates for icebreaker as well, and templates for different types of learning activities. So you can get ideas. You don't even if you don't want to use a template, you could get some ideas from the template of how to use the widgets, how to manipulate them also. Okay, so let's go back to our design template page, because since not all of you can access the design template, I have copied the pages and put it here. So you can just click here to look at the templates. So this will lead you to a page, and then you can click on all the guides, and you can try to make use of the template, or just learn from template, or even if you want to copy it and use it in your courses, you can. Okay, so so the reason why we have this design template is sometimes you have these questions in mind, like how do I scaffold learning and maximize engagement? So these design templates are meant to help you to maximize the engagement for your students and to foster a social, constructive, collaborative learning environment, and also speed up the process of your course building. So you don't actually have to create a page from scratch. You can just use the template and delete some parts of the template, and also ensure the quality and variety of your content. So, so I'm going to show you. I've also created some pages using the template, but I have changed it a little bit. So you don't actually have to use the template as it is. You can just change it to suit to your courses or learning activities. I also have provided like a guide on how you can use the design template if you would like to use them and don't know how. I'm going to show you the crowdsource the challenge here for the design template. Sorry, I think I have to wait to open this first and then go to this page. Okay, so this is the template. This is how the template will look like. This template is for where one right answer. There's no one right answer, and then create a library. Sorry, it's for one right answer and create a library of questions and activities by having learners set challenges for one another. So learners in this activity, the learners will actually create a challenge for each other. So there's steps here. Step 1 is to provide the tools. For example, there are 2 examples for you to see if you can relate or you can learn from. So for the second example here is to explaining on the relationship between force and work. So it's like a principle on physics, and it's not very easy to actually explain this. So from this principle or theory, we call it, not sure, each learners in step 2, each learners will actually set a challenge. So they will design an experiment. They will design an experiment based on this. And then they will line up like what methodology, what outcomes and what measurements that they're going to calculate, what results that they expect to see. And then so they will like design all of these in detail. Why? Because the next one is, so this is where the post text will appear. So they will write out what the experiment is, and then the design and the details of the experiment. And then in step 3, all the experiment will actually appear here because the gallery widget is here. And the learners will actually look at each other's experiment and try out the experiment. So they will challenge each other to try out, to actually do the experiment. So after they have done the experiment, they will reflect, and the reflection will come out, will be done here in the comment section. So they post each other experiment, someone else's will try the experiment, and then someone else will actually reflect and tell them the result of the experiment, whether it works or it doesn't work. Okay, so that's the template. So the example that I have here, so I have changed it a little bit, I tweaked it a little bit. So I use like this is a course from one of the content that I found from the previous workshop. It's about social media teaching. So step 1 is learners post a challenge. So a challenge that they will have is post a task or challenge that they are facing when they are teaching and trying to integrate social media in their teaching. So they will also have to write down the details of their challenge. And then step 2 is the ideas. So the rest, so the challenge will appear here. I have to, I've actually made a sample of the challenge. And then the other learners will look at these challenges and then try to solve them. And then once they try to give the solution, and the last part is the same as the what is in the template, which is to reflect on what they have worked on, and whether the ideas work or not, or what they have achieved from the discussion. So here we are hoping that the learners are going to discuss with each other and get more ideas. Just like what I did with Alina just now, like I am writing down and then another learner come in and give ideas, and then we get like a better idea, or we combine ideas and it's it's better. So okay, so that's one example. And I have 2 more examples here. You can take a look at them, but let me just show you. This one is test then show for productive failure. You can take a look at the template here for productive failure. For productive failure, I use this is like content from investment course. So first of all, the learners will find 3 different investment products and propose example of how much money you will invest, and then return that you will receive, and then list down the risk of each investment. So these 3 example, and then the other learners will look at this sharing and then try to reflect or think of what the post-pandemic will affect, how it will affect their plans, and then what are the suggestions that they can give to improve or secure the investment. So they're not going to do it on their own investment, but they're going to look at other people's investment and try to propose more for this investment, which means that the learners are going to learn more from the examples that they provide each other, and then they are going to produce more solutions and do more. But they can actually just choose one and do one if they don't have time. Okay, so that's another one, and have the third one here is video stimulus. So this is how you can use video to design an activity in a course, but not just use the video, but manipulate it a little bit so that it's more engaging. So the first thing that I use here, so this is a poll widget. We have a poll widget. It's to teach them about life cycle analysis, and this is from a sustainable course. So first, the learners will have to choose which will cause a minimal impact on the environment. So if you look at this, like, I think most people might just choose paper cup, but then they have to watch a video. So in this video, it will actually explain to the learners how when life cycle analysis is applied, paper cup may not necessarily be the most eco cup. And from her life cycle analysis, she has discovered actually plastic cup is most eco if it is reused, not like single-use plastic. Okay, so after watching the video, there'll be like some explanation about life cycle analysis, and then the learners will do some reflection. So a reflection here is whenever you want your learners to do a reflection, sometimes if you just tell them like, share your thoughts, learners might not like, they might just be like lost. They don't know what to share. So you may want to probe them or give some questions to help them to get to where you want them, where you are leading them to. So for example, for this one, I have some questions like, how does this new knowledge affect your decision as a consumer? Is there an example of a product that you have purchased previously, believing that it is an eco product, but now you're looking at it differently? Share your thoughts and discuss in the comment section below. So these kind of questions will help them to actually go further or expand more. So try to provide questions whenever you have, you want them to do some reflection. Okay, so those are the templates. You can go through each of these templates. You can take a look at them, get some ideas, and maybe you can use this for the next activity that we're going to do after this, which is in the hands-on session. Do we have questions? Yep. Okay. The time. Okay. So hands-on session. Okay. So in the hands-on session, you'll be learning about the rationale behind widgets and how you can use the widgets to actually create your activity page. So if you go, let me show you one of the examples here. Active learning from, okay, this is a great activity that I really need to show you. So this is actually a homepage. So it's a homepage design, and it has like a really good activity. So you have to see this. Okay, so first, hello and welcome to the course. Okay. And then, sorry. And then say there's a bear there. Okay. And then you will see like a long list of pictures or images. And if you click on some of these images, they are actually motivational quotes. If you look more posts, you will see quotes like, where is it? I saw it yesterday. Come on. Or like something like this, do something now. So it's not shared by, it's not from anyone. But if you scroll down further, you'll see like the instruction for the activity here. It's a motivation station. And so what the learners have to do is they have to scroll down and they have to write a word here, any word. So this person, he writes passion, and then another person write moves. So what you have to post a word, any word, and then I have to, for example, I come in and I have to add another word that will continue this word. Passion moves something. And then let's see if we have an example like this one, happiness, and then Kathleen come in and say is, and then Amira come in and say undivided. If you can see this here, it is how all these learners met the first time on this page, but are actually connecting and talking to each other and collaborating. And what they are trying to do is actually, once they think that they have completed this quote, this motivation, they are actually trying to create a motivational quote. So if you think you are the last person who come in and you have completed the quote, perspective changes life direction. So Amira Zamri thinks that she has completed this quote. What she has to do is she go back upstairs. She scroll back up. She click here to go to Canva, and then pick a Canva design, like maybe a social media or something. I think it's already listed here. Social media template. Okay, so and then change the template or just put in the quote and then download that and and go here and share the image. So when Amira share, for example, the quote here, it will appear here. And that was the first thing that you saw in the course, all motivational quotes. Of course, there will be some learners who, just posted things like this, but it's fine. They are still sharing, and that's what you want to happen in your homepage. So this is like the best example of a homepage where you get the learners to connect and collaborate and created something on the very first page that they met. Okay. Because the time is, really short now, I would really like to show you all these other pages, but this is how we use widget. Maybe I should just show another one. Okay. Another one is, which one? Let me show this one. Okay, this one. Okay, if you can see, okay, let me just click on the editing view. So you can see like this is a text widget. And this is another text widget. Okay, sorry, this one is not about that. Okay, so text widget, and this is also a home page, but it has no post widget, no sharing widget. Why that is? Because we want the learners to actually share here in this beautiful commenting section where you can just scroll down endlessly and see all the submission and reply and talk to each other and like, and maybe something that you think connects to you, then you can like and you can reply and see something. So that's what we want to try to make happen here. And you can see all these beautiful pictures that they have posted, and it's all about chocolate, and it's making me hungry too. Okay, so that's another example. So the widgets, what we're trying to get here is like, if we have a set of widgets, like a range of selections of widget, but it's up to you how you want to use it. You can drag your widgets anywhere. You can use a few types of sharing widgets. You can drag your gallery to be on top of the page. Just be creative and try to manipulate them to give your learners a good learning experience. Okay, so now here is where you do your page. Okay, so to do this page, you have to click here and then enter your page name. So for example, if I am going to name my page a sample page, no, there's already a sample page. Sample page 1. Okay, so then you click create a page. And then you'll be directed to your page. And then you can edit your page and you will have all the widgets here. And you can start creating your page using the activity that you shared earlier. Okay. Save and close. Please try to take a look at some of the design templates. If you can try to adapt them and use them. You can also look at all the sample pages, all the learning activities that we have shown you earlier to get more ideas to design your learning page. Okay, so okay, let's start doing this, and let's take about 5 minutes to do this. Of course, you can always go back here and design it better, but let's just try to get a draft of your page, all the widgets and the instructions there. And while you're doing that, let me do one page as well. Maybe I'll just use the activity that I had just now. I've got all of it here. Oops. So you can add images on your page as well. You can style the image. You can change the size of the image. No, smaller. And yep. Okay. I don't know why, but I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. Okay, so now I have a video that I want to add. Video widgets here. I want to set this video to 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So I don't want them to be watching all of it. Oh no, wait. Okay, I'll get back to that later. And then what else do I want to do? I have some instruction here. Make it bigger a little bit. Okay, so now, I have this activity. Make it a little bit bigger, maybe put an icon there so that it looks outstanding and learners can identify that it is an activity. Maybe also have like a container. And then after the activity, I'm going to have a random selector. So I'm going to use this random selector widget, which we love so much because we can put like scenarios and different kind of things. So, oops. And okay. How are you guys doing? Let me see. No, not yet. How are you doing? Are you done? Okay, let me keep on editing my page. Uh-oh, disappeared. Okay, let's see if we have more submission. Still no submission. Yay. Okay, let's see this one. Flip mock. Oh no, I don't have permission. Okay, that's okay.
Shaliza, can you show like for the pages? I think it needs to be allowed access. I think right now the default is not allowed access. So yeah, can you just use any page, create a new page maybe to show access?
Okay. Yeah, you actually need to give me access or else I won't be able to see it.
Under setting, access, custom
Default, custom. So you have to
Mm.
click on custom.
users who are in group.
and- Yeah, it should be this one, kan?
Mhm.
Is this the right one?
Users who are
Allow.
yes, that one.
Kan? Okay,
Allow
so
public
allow public access. Sorry. Okay, so you have to give us access, or everyone cannot access your page and view your page. So you have to go to setting again on your page. Go to setting and then access, and then go to custom and click here and then allow public access. Then only we can see your pages. So
If you already posted, I think you can just
find back, kan?
like view your post. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, this one we can see. So this one from Eugene. So this is a social media platforms popular among young people. And then these are the social media. And then some content, online multiplayer games like World of Warcraft, all this. And then using social media means uploading, sharing content. And then there are some points here. And then there's this video. So this is a text widget. This is a video widget. Danger exposed by mom posing as 11-year-old. Ooh, okay, so there's an instruction here. You can edit and put an instruction in your sharing widget as well. This is a text widget. And then lastly, that's the gallery or all the sharing is going to appear here. Yay, thank you, Eugene. That's a very interesting content and nice page. Thank you. Let's see if we can see another one. Kamarudin. Okay, so you need to give me access again for this page. No, I don't have access. So if you can just click on the setting again and click on access and then allow public, allow access for public. Custom, allow public access. Then only everyone can see your submission, like the rest of the participants before this. Okay, so maybe we can, because the time is really chasing us, maybe I'm going to pass to Alina for the next section. Yes, it is going to be about ice breaking. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shaliza. Okay, so I hope everyone can hear me well. I do apologize because my internet is not the greatest today. Yeah, so Shaliza, if you could stop sharing your screen so I'll be able to share mine. So while we are waiting for that, we can actually just move on to the next. For those seeing my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen, Alina.
All right, thank you. So, okay, yeah, so let's begin. So as you have already aware, like throughout this past 1.5 hour, or yeah, coming to 2.5. So what we've been sharing here is mainly on designing activities. So some of you might be wondering, how come we are saving the icebreaker to the last? So why the reason why we are doing that is because we want to actually provide an overview, as to what kind of activities that you can design for your entire course. And then so you yourself as the creator will also have an idea about the overall activity. So when you come back to your icebreaker activity, then you will have a clearer idea as to how you want to keep your learners engaged and hooked right from the very beginning. So that's why to us, in the sense that we believe that icebreaker is actually a very important learning activity in your course, because it's sort of like designed in a way to set the tone and the pace of your entire learning community and also the rest of your course. So that's why for us, why we think that this is important, the icebreaker, is that it builds a sense of belongingness, and it encourages learners to share with one another. And at the same time, it also creates an environment where like there's no pressure, and then there's no bias or anything, like everyone can just share based on their own experience and there's no right and wrong. So this itself creates a very positive environment altogether. So, and at the same time, it also provides equal opportunity for all learners to learn. And where do we start, creating an icebreaker? So these tips that I'll be sharing down here, it's also can be used for the other activities as well. So I think the first and foremost, the design tips that you need to think about is that a lot of people would sort of disregard, the icebreaker activity because, it's a simple activity and you don't need to give much thought about it. But that's actually completely the opposite, because designing an activity is actually an art and science, both art and science. So you need to really think about it, give some thought about how you want it to look, who are you speaking to, who are your audiences, so on and so forth. So that's why these tips down here will be able to sort of give us some guidance, where to start, how to do it. So that's why for simple activity, it actually requires a lot of thought as well. So you need to think about it, like what works and what doesn't for your learners. So how do we do that in the first place is that we need to actually try to make it as easy as possible for learners to participate in this icebreaker, because this is, after all, the first activity of your course. So going back to what my previous colleague Shaliza was talking about in terms of scaffolding the learner's journey. So you have to start building up, the difficulty levels and all. So you don't want your icebreaker to be extremely difficult where, they are demotivated from the very beginning. They haven't even gone through, the content of your course. So that's why we try to keep things easy and everyone will be able to participate, and you scaffold them, you guide them along the journey. So think of your entire course as a learning journey itself. And you don't want to start at the very beginning as course creators or learning designers or educators or training providers. All this can actually just keep this tip in mind. Start easy where everyone can participate and it is engaging enough so that people will feel that I want to participate in this. And having that said, that's why it's also important to make it fun. Okay, so some might be thinking that, oh, I don't know how to make it fun. Then try to make it interesting. If you don't know how to make it interesting, then maybe you can make it something different. Like instead of getting or your learners to watch video, maybe you can show them or share them like a podcast that they need to listen to, to get some ideas. Yeah, so there's many ways to go about it. It's basically up to your creativity in that sense, and also leaning back to your learning objective and the content of your course. That's why I mentioned that creating activity, especially the icebreaker activity, is both an art and science at the same time. Yeah. So having that said as well, we also want to try to make our learning activities, especially the icebreaker, to be relevant to the content that you're teaching. Like, for example, if you look at it down here, so you need to think about this. What would be more meaningful to your audience? Like if let's say you are designing a cooking course, then definitely you have to create the learning activity or the icebreaker activity in terms of relating to their food experience. So at the same time, if you want to talk about, doing something that is more technical, like, doing physics, then you need to actually relate or create an activity that leads back to their most memorable physics related experience. So that's why what we are trying to say here is that it has to be relevant, and being relevant means that it is meaningful for your learners. Okay, so like what Sharifah mentioned earlier, what works for you may not be able to actually, you have to think from the perspective of your learners, what works for them, what catches their attention. So all in all, we want to create a welcoming and a comfortable space where the learners can come and engage and do the activities, not just to sit passively and to just read about it or just to listen. So that's why when you watch the video, so what do they do after that? Then you get them to actually also share. So now, having that said as well, apart from all those design tips that I mentioned earlier, you can also actually think about, what is the title of your icebreaker? You want some catchy name, catchy title to get your learners to hook and also be motivated right from the start. Okay. And at the same time, you also want to think about the language that you'll be using. Like, for example, if let's say you are an educator, you're creating a course which you have to be engaging or enticing to your learners. So you need something more casual so that you're more approachable and your learners will feel the sense of belongingness as part of the community. But if let's say, you're a trainer provider and you are more towards for the corporate settings, then you want to create or use the language that is slightly more formal in that sense. So again, it comes back to thinking about who are your learners, who are your audience, and what is the content of your course. So all these things, it's important to think about it. Yeah, and also for the instruction, like for example, just now I think Shaliza also shared, how to build a page, how to create
Hey, Elena, you might you're stuck. Okay, so while we have Elena getting her connectivity a bit, so sorry. I think we lost Elena for a bit.
Hi, I'm sorry. Yes. Oh, am I back?
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
you
back
are.
now.
Okay. Oh, I am so sorry. So where do you guys lost me? Where was last?
It was on Shaliza sharing about the page.
In terms of the instructions?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So coming back to this, I'm so sorry, everyone. Like I mentioned, my line is not the greatest today. I'm not sure why. But yeah, coming back to this. So what I was talking about in terms of Shaliza sharing, that there are instructions that you need to provide your learners so that your learners are able to do the activities. So the same concept applies to creating the icebreaker activities as well, where the instructions has to be clear, concise, and catchy. So this is the 3C that I think we all follow by to those of us who are learning designers or your course creators. Yeah, so you always need to keep that in mind because you're not seeing the learners face to face. So the instruction is, so that's why the instructions has to be in conjunction to all these 3Cs that we talk about. Yeah, and also I think we need to think about, how will you get your learners to interact, to start interacting with one another, and then where would it be? I think from whatever that we've shared so far, we can see that, the learners can share their reflection, their thoughts, either in the posting widgets or in the comment section, which is right down below. So these are the comment section here, okay? Yeah. So you need to think about this, where would it be, how they will be sharing it, or you want them to actually attach a file. So these are the things that you need to be activities or any learning activity for that matter of fact. So, okay, having that said, now, as Shaliza also showed earlier, there are page design templates. So the same design templates can also be used to create your icebreaker activity, different icebreaker design templates. So I will be showing here. Oops, sorry. For time purposes.
Alina, I think we have lost her again.
Yes.
She's back. Hey.
Hi. Okay, am I back?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I'm so sorry, everyone. Yeah, coming back to this, as I mentioned, I've included 2-page design templates here, which is related to the icebreakers. So when you click on this, and then it will open up to it will open up to this page where they actually give you instructions on what to do, what to provide, so on and so forth. So to summarize it, there's actually 3 steps using this template. So there's the first step, which is to provide context. And then the second step, which is to look for 2 different types of stories. And then the third one is actually to reflect. So for time management purposes, I've already created a page. So I can actually show you how it actually looks like. Okay. So now,
Elena, maybe you can off your video just to.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
All right.
Is it better now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. So as I mentioned previously, so yeah, these are the steps that is shown in the page template design. Okay, so I've already created a page using those 3 steps that I've mentioned, to provide context, to provide 2 different stories, and also the step 3, which is to do the reflection. So what I did is that, as I mentioned previously in the other session, my background is actually in psychology, so I'm going to create a page using contents from psychology. Okay, so first and foremost, we need to have a context where we welcome everyone, the learners, onto the course. Okay, and then as of every educators, you tend to have your important files such as the course outline, weekly teaching plan, and your assignment guidelines. So the learners can actually download all of this and then go through it on their own. And now step 2, which is to create 2 different stories. Now, so what is psychology if let's say there is no personality testing, right? So to get the learners to hook right from the very beginning. So what I did is that I get them to actually do MBTI personality test. So once they click on this link, then it will open up to a different page where it shows the survey questions that they need to be doing. So once they do that, we actually get the learners to share their personality test, because MBTI is made out of different combination of introvert, extroverts, so on and so forth. So once they get the result, so what they're going to do is that they're going to share it here in this your MBTI archetype section. So then they have to explain, do they agree or disagree with the results and why? So maybe, for example, once they did the test, they say that, oh, they are an introvert. Maybe it's a combination of INTP, or INFJ. So whether do they agree why they are introvert, or maybe they are an extrovert, but then the result shows that it's introvert. So what are their thoughts about it? So once they have done that, then the gallery posting will be here and everyone can see it. And then they can actually give comments and to like or to see what are the other personalities that their friends have gotten. Then now, because to provide two contexts, so that was the first context. Now the second context is that being in psychology, there's always a lot of different debates, as to whether you're on the black side or you're on the white side or you're on the gray area, so that's why in order to create that kind of context, so I had this video where they talk about, do personality tests actually work? So once the learners or the students actually go through the video, then they might have a different perspective now. So because psychology is all about discussing what your thoughts are and also going back to the theories of the psychology aspects of it. So then now, once they watch the video, they are going to relate it back, to the personality testing result that they got at the beginning. So now have their thoughts actually change, or did it still remain the same? So now they have to actually also discuss it here. What are your rationale? Like whether do you still support that actually personality test works or personality test doesn't work? So then here again, you have the gallery to show that, what are their thoughts and what are their reasons and justifications. So once that is done, then you already actually created an icebreaker activity using the template that I've shown earlier. So those templates is actually very helpful. So it creates that kind of linkage that we talked about earlier. So that's why that's the two contexts, and you have the reflection session as well. So now moving on, maybe you just want to summarize this page. So you tell them that, what to expect of this course. So now for chapter 1 in the next page, so what are the things that you'll be expecting to see? So these are just some sneak peeks, of the topics for the next page. So then they will click next, and then they will begin their learning journey. So this is just an example to show, how the icebreaker would look like using the design templates that we have seen here. Okay. Now, because of time constraint, I won't be showing you the second one, but you feel free to actually go through it on your own, because for this promote interaction template, actually all of us has already done it. It is actually right at the very beginning when you've done the icebreaker sharing about your best learning experience, where you drew a picture of it, a drawing of it, right? So actually that is the template that we are talking about, and that icebreaker for today's workshop is based on that. So it's actually a lot of different ways that you can actually do it, and you can remove and add on contents. Yeah, so that's that. And also, we also want to sort of highlight, for example, some of you may be a bit more adventurous, you already know how to do all of this. So you wanted to know what if, I needed more examples. So where can I get all these resources and articles to help me to continue on with my journey in building, engaging and interactive icebreaker activities or any other learning activities. So I've included 2 articles here, so you can actually click on it and then you can go through it and read it. So they are about icebreaker activities for your online course. So there are 3 different types. It is catered to both the corporate section and also the educators. So you can actually just feel free to go into it. And maybe some of you are creating courses for K-12, so you can actually also get some idea from this article. And then we also have another article which is done by Shaliza, where she actually shared with us how you can actually create an online course using the resources that you already have. So I hope that everyone is following so far. Which, speaking about resources, I also want to share that in our guides and resources tab here. So when you click onto it, there are a few links here that all of us can actually go and check it out. For example, we have the Learning Designers Toolkit, which I believe Adhika has already shared earlier. And then we also have the blog. So what's the difference between the Designer's Toolkit and the blog is that they are both, in terms of their resources that we can use when we want to build any kind of learning activities. Yeah, but Learning Designer Toolkit is more specialized or it's more focused when it comes to designing your activities or designing your course. But for the Open Learning blog, you can find other articles which, for example, how to market your course and things like that. So the OpenLearning blog's focus is more general in that sense that you have the other related articles when it comes to course development. But if you want to really dive deep into the learning designing thinking pattern, then Learning Designer Toolkit is the place that we will actually suggest you to go and check it out. And then we also have a YouTube playlist. So for those of us who are not so much into reading, like you are not a big fan of, going through pages and pages of documents, then you can actually just head on to our YouTube playlist, then you can actually just watch it. So Atika also shared some few videos on how to create a course, where to start. So very basic steps in getting started. So that's why we have this playlist here. And then finally, we also have the Creator's Handbook, where you can get step-by-step guides, template, resources. So this is more like, a big manual that you can actually just go through it, read it on your own, and then there are pictures and things like that. So I hope that, this session has been helpful for all of us today. And we hope that, you've gathered some, important ideas or some inspiration, either from both Shalila's sharing or my sharing, or maybe even from the design templates that you have seen so far. So I think with that, it sort of sums up our session for today. But before you move on, I think I would like you all to go on to the next page where it's the thank you and what's next section. Okay, in this section, there's an activity. We call it as a reflection station. Now, in this reflection station, we would actually like you to take like 5 minutes probably, to share with us, what do you like about this session, the overall session, which part was the most beneficial to you, and then what do you think of the design templates? Do you find it useful? Do you find it helpful? Or you think that, it's still okay, but not really related? So do give us your suggestion as well, like what kind of other activities that you would like to see being covered in the template, so that, this would provide us with rooms for improvement, so in future, look forward for future improvements that we can come up with better or more generalizable kind of page template design for all of us. So it'd be very helpful if all of us can take just 5 minutes to work on this. And then, we can post on it. And then we would like to really see your feedback and suggestions. So I see there's already some.
Yeah, thank you to those. They're very fast.
Yes. So those of you who are actually done with the sharing, then maybe you can also head on to this part down here where your feedback actually matters to us. So here is that there's a survey. So you can actually just click on the icon and then it will guide you to the page where you can fill out the survey. Yeah, so there'll be more things to share with us. Yeah. So, oh yes. And also, to those of you who are just joining us, or this is the first time that you're joining us, don't worry. Like what Atika mentioned, I know that this is a part 3 of a 3 series workshop. You might think that, oh, I've missed out on the first 2, so I may not get the badge, or I may not be able to complete this course. It's not true in the sense that because there's always second chance. We believe in that, and that's why you can always click on the link here where you can head to the workshop 1 and the workshop 2, and you can get more information, and you can actually also attend the course and do all the required activities. And then once you've completed that, then we will also still take and go through your submission. Yeah. So if you have completed all those, yeah, we will still be able to give you the badges as well. So all in all, I hope that the session has been helpful. I'm so sorry again about my connection, but I do hope that you guys are able to get something out of it, in the sense of really thinking about how you're going to design your learning activities, and especially the icebreakers, because the icebreakers, as I mentioned, it sets the tone and the pace of your course right from the very beginning. Like what Shaliza mentioned, if it's something very serious, and it's so pressured that it just sort of demotivate the learner to continue on. And then some of them may not even want to complete the course because the icebreaker itself is not being given much thought about it. And we tend to do that because we think that it's something very simple, or it's a very short activity. But because it's simple, therefore it requires more thoughts to be given to it, so that they will continue to have a seamless learning experience and continue to complete the entire learning journey of the course. So that's all from my part. So with that, I'm going to pass it back to Atika. So she will be explaining about what's next, because now you finished the first part of the workshop. So you'll be able to get one badge, but there's another few more badges to come. So what to expect. So Atika will be sharing more with you all on that. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thanks, Elena. And also thanks, Shaliza, for the sessions. Both of you have explained very well. I'm actually learning learning as much as the participants. I think I need to freshen up my content topics again. Okay. Um, so as Elena has mentioned, this is the third workshop, but you can still join the last two workshop if you would like to join them. The first workshop is on developing your course online structure, and the second workshop is start building your online course. So the first one, it's mainly on having your structure ready, and the second one is building your course on the Open Learning platform. So for the second one, you need to have an Open Learning subscription. So in order to do the activity. Um, the next, well, we have 5 workshops. So this is the third. We have 2 more. The fourth one will be on will be on assessment, and the fifth one will be on facilitation. Those 2 workshops have their own badges, and also, as I mentioned, in order to get those badges, you have to actively participate in the course and the activities. So all of this workshop, once you have participated in the activities and submitted your work, it will be vetted by our team. Your submission will be vetted by our team, and we will award you with the badges. And once you have all 3 badges, we will certify you with the Open Learning Ambassador certificate. So 2 more to go. So for those who have joined us from the first one, thank you. And we still hope you join us for the next upcoming workshop, which will be in November and also in December. So stay tuned for the upcoming news for the next workshop. Okay. If you guys need to know more about the program, you can head to the ambassador program page, which I will share in the chat. But other than that, thank you everyone for joining. I hope you had a wonderful time. if it's not the best, I hope it's wonderful for you.
I hope
Uh,
it's helpful,
Yeah,
whatever we
yeah,
have shared.
yeah.
Yes, and please feel free to let us know what you expect more for the upcoming sessions. Anything we can improve on, anything you want us to show, let us know in the feedback form as well as the reflection section if you want to. Also, I want to share that we have a Tanya OL session uh, this
Later.
afternoon at 3 p.m., which will be accompanied with two other guests. They are educators, so we're discussing on the educator's point of view on doing classes during this online during this pandemic. So we hope you join if you have time. 3 p.m. It's streamed live on YouTube and Facebook. You can find out more on our Facebook page for this.
Yes. Atika, would you like to also share with everyone the due date for this, because Iskandar is asking in the chat.
Sorry,
No.
you did?
Yeah, the due date for the assignment, submissions and all.
The ambassador, is it?
Yes.
So in order for you to get your first badge, which is the course designer badge, you need to make sure that you have participated in all three workshops. So I have always mentioned that from the first two to there's no due date, but from this third one, I hope there will be a due date because I need to award you guys with a badge. But there's no set due date, but I hope you guys will submit all your works for all three workshops uh, by by next week, or so, as I will start awarding those who will receive the badge from next week.
Hmm.
So yes.
Yeah. So please do complete all your submission, and then we will actually go through it, and then we will award all of you with the badges once you are done with that.
Yes, but also feel free to do it at your own time. I will actually take a look at those who submitted later, but it will just take a little bit more time for me to award you with the badge. So if you want it fast, get it fast. All right. Okay.
Oh, someone is asking for the date. Basics. Oh,
The
it will be
basics.
November.
Yes, it will be on November. The exact date is on 10th November, also on a Wednesday. We're always doing this on a Wednesday. So it's on 10th November. No, in the morning, but we will send everyone who participated today an email along with the recording for this session. Yes, but overall, thank you for both Elena and Shaliza for conducting the session. There's backstage, there's Chandru and Mashita who took in questions as well, answered the questions. And to everyone who participate and join our session today, thank you very much. We hope you enjoy, and we hope to see you again for the next session.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone. I think we will just stay on in case anyone wants to ask question or anything.
Yes. In the meantime, Shalisa, that was a very good analogy on.
Yeah. So if any of you has more analogy to share, you can just share in the course, including you, Atika, and
Yeah. Maybe I need to be more deep and think, oh, this is a learning opportunity. I should put this in a course.
Very relatable analogy.
Yeah. Oh my God. But I think this has been a good learning journey for me as well, knowing about the design templates, both from the ones that Shaliza shared and also Elena, because for me, I only mainly use the design templates as an inspiration to get ideas on what I will do for my activities, but not really use it. So
yeah, I
maybe,
think I'm the same as well. I don't actually really use the design templates, but when I look at all of them, I feel like I can get ideas and then like maybe like change it a little bit, tweak it a little bit. But it is
yeah.
also I have been learning also while trying to figure out the design templates.
Yeah, it's a good template, but yeah, maybe we can get more templates in the
Maybe.
future. Yes.
I think
We
it
also
can
want
be used
ideas for
like
the
in
templates.
various ways. Yeah, true ideas. And the templates existing, I think it can be used like across different disciplines and many different ways that you can actually play around with the parts and pieces. So yeah, hopefully that was interesting for everyone.
There's still people. Joy, what are you guys still doing here, guys? All right. I guess I'm going to end the session. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Stay safe.
Bye bye. You too.